All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We're back again with another live stream, bringing you the latest in Chelsea transfer news. Boy, do we have a great show lined up for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Some blockbuster news that has dropped late yesterday night UK time. Felix Johnston, he doesn't go off as a reporter or as a journalist, but someone who is in the know. But Felix is someone you want to take him seriously. He does have some really, really good, insightful knowledge when it comes to Chelsea Football Club's transfer business. Definitely when it comes to loan army, I'm pretty certain Felix knows someone internally very close. So he gets all of this news. So he's got some big news in regards to Rayan Cherki. He's got some news in regards to Dybala. He's got some news in regards to another mystery player, which we are going to discuss as well. If you've already seen his tweet, you would have seen it anyway. So we'll talk about that particular player. Honestly, I kind of wanted once upon a time at Chelsea Football Club before this player got seriously injured. So this particular player definitely worth talking about. And we've got some details in regards to Caicedo, details that we potentially knew, but it's broken down into finer parts, which is going to be quite interesting for us to take in. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got over 120 people live already after 1.5 minutes. Smash the like button. Big up to each and every one of you guys. Big up to Matheus. Big up to Cards TV, big up to Nathan, Donald, Dexter, Preetham, Valan, my man, Director Dambies, okay, then we've got Rushton, Mish, Edwin, Don, London Blue Sparks, man, I haven't seen you for a while, man, good to see you, man, big up to you as well, big up to each and every one of you guys. Let's smash the like button today. Honestly, let's not hold back on the likes. Let's try and achieve 1,000 likes for the live stream if we can. In recent times, obviously during the live stream, we've been able to get 200, 300 likes. And then by the time, 24 hours has lapsed, we've sometimes even been able to get 900 likes for a live stream. So let's see if we can achieve 1,000 likes. Each and every one of you guys, you guys need your support. You guys have always been here. You guys always enjoy the show. So smash the like button. Strip Bear, my days. I haven't seen Strip Bear in ages. Feels quite good about the next season. Come on, Chelsea. Good to see you. Good to see you. Blood, nice stylist, Henry, Rupak, Kweg, Donald, Nixon. Oh, man. So many of you guys are here right now. Smash the like button. Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's get the show rock and rolling, ladies and gentlemen. This is what dropped late last night before Felix Johnston put out his tweets. Felix was quite late with all of his tweets, and this particular tweet from Chelsea Dodger, news aggregator, it was coming from The Guardian. Particular individual named Ed Aarons was saying that Chelsea have a strong interest in Rayan Cherki, but Lyon are determined not to sell him this summer. So this was off the back of some more news in regards to Rayan Cherki, that Chelsea's interested in getting Rayan Cherki, and potentially will prepare a bid. So off the back of that, this news dropped, and then, ladies and gentlemen, after that, Felix Johnston put out this exclusive. Check this out. Exclusive. Chelsea asked Lyon the conditions of Rayan Cherki deal over the weekend and were quoted around 40 million. Chelsea are now speaking with his agents to verbally agree a contract before submitting an offer. Cherki top of number 10 list after seriously impressing at Euros. So he had a fine performance in Euros under 21 for France. Rayan Cherki, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Every time I look at him, and I'm not trying to compare him with Eden Hazard. I don't know why I feel like there's a little bit of Eden Hazard in his facial structure a little bit. Now, not completely, but there's a slight little bit of Eden Hazard that I can see in him. The stature is almost as same as Eden Hazard-esque as well. Could this be, ladies and gentlemen, could this be our long term, hopefully, I wouldn't say replacement, because I think that would be injustice to a legend like Eden Hazard. What a fantastic player he was for us. But could he be someone who comes somewhat close to that? He's got the ability, that dribbling ability, that creative ability, that passing range. He can score goals as well. Can play as an attacking midfielder, can play in the wings, right side, left side, can play as a second striker. I had no idea, ladies and gentlemen, that he was 19. I thought he was somewhere around 21, 22. He's 19. I feel like I've heard his name. I've heard his name previously as well. And that's why I kept thinking that, maybe he's about 21, 22. Cherki looks about 30. Do you know what? For a 19-year-old, I don't know if I had that set of beard when I was 19. Like, it took me a little while to grow that level of beard. For a 19-year-old to have that set of beard, that's that Algerian blood in him, innit? Like, that's that Algerian blood. Algerians, they know how to grow a beard, man. They do know how to grow a beard. Starboy saying, man looks 45. He's 19. Like, it's mad. Let's go through the rest of this particular tweet, and obviously we'll discuss in more details about Rayan Cherki, what you guys think as well. What are his strengths, his weaknesses that you think are important to talk about. Make sure you comment on all of that. We will look into all of this. Further on, it goes on to say Chelsea still want Matheus França in addition to Cherki. At this point, it's slightly complicated, but the França situation is a bit of a waiting game. Various different parties are owed different portions of France's sell-on clause, so work is being done on Flamengo's end to clarify all the percentages and whether they can recoup some of it. It's necessary either way to understand full conditions of the deal, but also could allow asking price to drop, which is why Chelsea are happy to wait. So it's understandable. There's a lot of these Brazilian clubs who have, plenty of sell-ons. I think Enzo Fernandez had the same thing. Julian Alvarez, there was certain parts of the money, not only Benfica, but River Plate also got from Enzo Fernandez. So South American players tend to have that sell-on clause to many different other clubs where they originated from, I suppose, those players. So they want to make sure that they get some part of that cherry as well. Obviously, we'll come back to the Rayan Cherki news very, very soon. I just want to complete this piece from Felix, who continues to go to say Dybala was recommended by Poch, but scouts and directors think his injury record is not ideal, not active target as said previously. Italian agents offered Chiesa, that's the other mystery player that I was telling you about, ladies and gentlemen. Chiesa to Chelsea, and Chelsea asked Poch for his thoughts, but also not being pursued as of now. So Dybala is someone was recommended by Pochettino. So Pochettino, there's a reason why we've seen Thiago Silva, why we've seen Enzo Fernandez publicly coming out and wanting, Dybala and asking for him to join Chelsea Football Club. And it seems like it's been recommended by Poch. Poch, as we know from historical point, has always admired, Dybala. But scouts and directors of Chelsea Football Club, are quite weary about his injuries, and they think he's not ideal. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, we'll come back to the Chiesa news as well later on. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, Rayan Cherki apparently is the number one creative midfielder, playmaker, number 10. Top of the list. He's the one that we want, and it's not far-fetched. We need, he looks like Yunus. If Yunus would have hair, Exeter. Director Danby, thank you so much for the super chat. I've tagged you in a funny video. Let's laugh a bit. All right, man, I'll check that out. I'll check that out for sure. If you've tagged me. Let me have a look. What you tagged me on. Saudi walking into Cobham to buy Chelsea's Deadwood. Come on. Yeah, all right, fair enough. I'll check that video up after the stream, man, for sure. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Rayan Cherki at 40 million euros. number one selection, number one in our playmaker, creative role, sort of position in the list. And there is a need. There is definitely a need. Look, someone like Rayan Cherki being 19 years old, you don't have to necessarily throw him into the deep end straight away. And Nkunku obviously is going to take the mantle. He's going to be the one who's going to drive Chelsea Football Club. But every now and then, off the bench as well, whenever we need some sort of rotation happening, Rayan Cherki can come in and definitely cause a bit of havoc. And at times, who knows, maybe Cherki and Nkunku could play together. An exciting talent, as I said, he's one of those players that can just produce something out of nothing. He's just got that flair about him. He's got that X factor about him. Being 19 fits our bill as well. Chelsea Football Club loves building up for the future. So many youngsters that we've bought. But with this particular player, he's got some level of experience, as we can see over here. I'm going to bring this up now. So Rayan Cherki, these are some of his information, ladies and gentlemen. Born in 2003, 19 years old. He's a product of the Lyon Academy. He's got a contract that expires in June 30th, 2025. So he's got about 2 years left. Lyon are in massive, massive trouble. This is why we could potentially get this particular player right now for a little less money. Before he blows up to be a superstar, where then we'll have to be in the same situation as what's going on with Brighton, with Caicedo. We're going to have to pay in excess. So look, I like how we are trying to move on to this particular player immediately before he completely blows up and the price tag kind of gets out of reach. So 2 years left. Lyon is in financial trouble. Lyon is saying that they don't want to let go of a particular player like Rayan Cherki, but believe me, they need money. And if we throw them about 40 million euros, as reported over here, which is approximately about 35 million pounds, I think this will be sensational business, ladies and gentlemen. So continuing on the stats for Rayan Cherki, this is what he did last season. 34 games played in League One, 4 goals scored, 6 assists. Of course, it doesn't sound like, it's something groundbreaking or anything like that. But, ladies and gentlemen, do understand, he is 19. He's played 20 games as an attacking midfielder, 5 games as left winger, 2 games in right wing position. And, he's participated in the under-21 championship, Euro championship, where he scored 2 goals, one against Switzerland over here, one against Ukraine, and an assist as well against Switzerland. So decent outing over there. And his international features, scored 2. We've got 2 assists against Belgium under 21. These are just international friendlies, and these are the stats for his league matches that has happened last season. So look, I think this would be a sensational purchase for us. I think we need it as well, and if we can jump on this immediately before he blows up to be, something ridiculous in price, I think that should be the way forward. Let's see what you guys have to say about Rayan Cherki, ladies and gentlemen. Give me all your comments in regards to Rayan Cherki. What do you like about him? What do you dislike about him? Are you excited? Are you not excited? Any sort of thoughts, please put it on the comment section right now, and I'm going to bring it up and we're going to try and create a discussion out of it. What are your thoughts on Chiesa? He was linked to us last year and again today. I really hope we get him. Even after the injury, he still provides an assist or goal whenever he is subbed on. Yeah, look, Felix Johnson talks about Chiesa being apparently offered to us. Look, before he got that massive serious injury, I think it was an ACL, or was it Achilles? What was it? I think it might have been his ACL. He might have done his ACL. I was in the bandwagon of Chiesa. I wanted Chiesa badly at Chelsea Football Club, especially under Thomas Tuchel. And then obviously he got that injury and he was away from football for a long time. He's since come back, and ACL, yeah, there you go, ACL, that's what I thought. He's since then come back. Obviously takes a bit of time. I still think his quality. It all depends on the price, and then you know, is he completely recovered from it? Is there any residual value from that injury? Could it occur again? We saw how long it took Ben Chilwell to eventually, come out of it, and then he got that hamstring injury after that, Ben Chilwell. So we do have to treat it with some sort of caution. But Chiesa was a baller, man. He was an absolute baller. Look, Chiesa is an out and out winger. He's an out and out winger. Whereas Ryan Cherki, he's a creative player. He can be as an attacking midfielder. So do we need an out and out winger, or do we need an attacking midfielder who can potentially fill in those places? So look, at this moment, I would go with someone like Ryan Cherki. But Chiesa, yeah, I wouldn't be put off by it. I liked him before the injury. I liked him a lot. But we've got Mudryk, we've got Sterling, we've got Madueke. Nicholas Jackson potentially could play on the left side as well. So we've got quite a lot of players who can do that role. So is it absolutely necessary? I don't think so. I think someone like Ryan Cherki is probably more warranted. For me, Cherki is perfect. And reason for that is for us to catch the other teams, we definitely need an X factor, and he's that guy. Yeah, look, there are times where we're going to come across teams who are going to be hard to break open. And someone like Rayan Cherki just has that X factor who can just snap of a finger change the game single-handedly, and we need that level of quality. I think Nkunku can give us that, but if we can add Rayan Cherki as well, why not? And as I said, this guy, if he continues at Lyon one more season, he's absolutely going to blow up, and the next season he's going to cost a hell of a lot of money, and potentially more suitors as well. Right now, it looks like we're the only one who's after him. So let's take advantage of it. Milo, I've known about Cherki for more than 2 years. Yeah, I thought so. I felt like Rayan Cherki's name is not a new name. Like I've been hearing his name for a little while. I'm just a bit baffled that he's only 19. More than 2 years ago when he was 16, he's dribbling machine, but extremely raw with every other aspect of his game right now. Best comparison would be Ben Rama. Ben Rama was also a fantastic player back in Brentford days in the Championship. I feel like Ben Rama, since he's come to West Ham under Moyes, he's had to become a little bit more conservative. But I think Rayan Cherki, if given the license, could be sensational. Telegraph Football tweet. What's Zinesh? Just put the tweet. Just put the link if you can, man. What are they tweeting? Let me know. Cherki giving me Hazard vibes. He was also from Ligue 1. Yeah. Hazard was in Lille, and obviously Cherki in Lyon product. Kind of has a similar sort of slight bit of similar look as well, I feel. So the stature is similar as well. But look, Eden Hazard turned out to be a monster for us, absolute monster beast. That is why Lyon don't want to sell. They will want to hold out and get a bigger bag. Look, yeah, sure, they can opt to hold on, but it is a gamble. They need money right now. And for them, if we can give them 40 million euros, they will take that bag right now, because financially they need to fix the situation they're in. They're in massive debt from the French financial fair play. And they I don't know if they have many other players that are marketable and can be sold immediately for large amount of money. I feel like we've got a good relationship with them as well, Mark. Chelsea with Malo Gusto, the transaction that we've done. We even loaned Malo Gusto back to them to finish off the season there last season. We gave them Emerson a couple of seasons ago on loan. We've got a good relationship, and I think their owners also have a good relationship with our owners as well. Personally, I choose Chiesa over Cherki just because he has slightly more experience. We can't buy another under 20 player. Chiesa is 25. Now, I hear you. This is why I think, this is why I guess Pochettino is going for Dybala. A lot more experience. Dybala's 29. That Argentinian connection with Enzo Fernandez, with Pochettino. So there's a lot that's going on there. And look, I don't mind Dybala either. Dybala is an absolute baller as well. But I feel like two different type of players. Dybala is not that much of a dribbler. He's more of a creative player with his passing, with his set pieces, who can score goals as well. Dybala probably more suited as a second striker, just behind a striker, not necessarily an out-and-out winger, whereas Rayan Cherki potentially can play in the wings as well. Let's see what else you guys are saying. PSG bidded for him in January, was rejected by Lyon. Don't be surprised if this is another Ugarte if PSG involve themselves again. Yeah, look, but PSG, yeah, I obviously I don't disregard that one bit. PSG could come in for this particular player. PSG bought a lot of players already. They've bought Asensio, they've got Ugarte, they've got quite a few players this window already. So are they going to go out there and buy another player? They're not really letting go of too many players. They've let go of Messi. They do need to get rid of Neymar then. Do you know what I mean? They have to get rid of Neymar. And then there's that case about Mbappe. What's happening there? So we'll see. We'll see what PSG does. Yeah, PSG already signed a lot of players. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking as well. What else you guys saying about Rayan Cherki? For me, França all the way. A very ball-winning midfielder with high technical ability and dribble. Yeah, look, Matheus França will happen anyway, Donald. It's not just Cherki, as per Felix Johnson saying over here. Matheus França will be on top of Felix as well. So, and this is what I heard in recent times too, that, we could potentially look to bring in França and Cherki, and they'll both be part of the midfield. We've lost a lot of players. And we're still waiting on Caicedo, ladies and gentlemen. So we've got some, positions opening up in the midfield. Potentially Gallagher could leave as well. There's some news about Conor Gallagher, which I'll touch on later on tonight in the video, UK time. So many of our midfielders have left. So there is positions to fill over there. So don't think that it's only Cherki. It's potentially going to be França as well. You mean França on top of Cherki? Either way, man, it doesn't really matter. I think Cherki is the number one. Cherki is the number one in the list at the moment, as per Felix Johnson. And I'm getting the feeling. Do you know how Alex Goldberg on social media has been tagging Todd Bowley and Winston Lee in regards to Rayan Cherki? I think Alex knows something internally as well. I feel like the people inside Chelsea Football Club, they're really focusing on Rayan Cherki as well. Don't be surprised soon we start hearing a lot more about Rayan Cherki coming up. Henry Lim, if we don't get Cherki this summer, I am cool with it. If we get a pre-agreement like Nkunku and we get Dybala for the time being, we have one game a week, I think we'll be okay. Now, I rather look, if we can somehow manage to get Cherki, okay. If we can get a pre-agreement, fair enough. If we can get a pre-agreement like that Nkunku style, and as you said, bring in someone like Dybala, no problems. But then how long do we give Dybala? What type of contract terms do we give Dybala? That's something to look into as well. Yeah, Alex does have mad insiders. Ms. PYS also said we are progressing with Cherki on his second account. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have been talking about this. So I think something might be brewing in this particular case. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. Before we move on to the next topic, 110 likes. Pump the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Go well over 400 people live already. Pump the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it up to 300. Can we please get it to 300 likes during the live stream? That would be sensational. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe as well, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get to 25,000 subscribers. It will be fantastic to get that particular feat. Okay, let's check out the next particular topic, ladies and gentlemen. Before we do that, in life, no limits. I just hope and pray there's a method to our madness. We cannot keep stacking up new young signings without a concrete plan for them. The people wonder why Liwa Kowa wants assurances. This is a good comment, man. Let's elaborate a little bit on it. You're right. We have to have a plan for these young players. We cannot just be stockpiling them. We've got Andre Santos. We got Cesare Caicedo. We're looking to get Cherki. Don't forget Angelo Gabriel, Matheus França, all these other players. There has to be a plan. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Ladies and gentlemen. Armando Broja, obviously. There's Nicholas Jackson. There's David Datra Fofana. The list goes on. I'm pretty sure I've missed another 20 more young players that we brought in. Yeah. This is my theory about it. Not everyone's going to make it. I think we need to accept, as a fan base, we have to accept not every single one of these young players will make it. It'll be crazy if every single one of these players made it as a Chelsea superstar. It's not going to happen. It's simply not going to happen. I think the long-term plan for stockpiling in all of these youth players is, one, we're creating that multi-dimensional structure with many different partner clubs. We've already got Strasbourg. Pretty soon we're going to get a club from Portugal. I'm even certain we're going to get a club in South America as well. What's going to happen is all of these youngsters will get farmed out. They'll get loaned out to all of these teams, and we'll see. Whoever does well will end up coming to Chelsea Football Club, and whoever that we don't think can potentially, be a Chelsea player down the track, we're probably going to sell him for some form of profit. So, yes, we are some of these players. We are buying them for smart amount of money, but I'm pretty certain once they have that level of experience under their belt, we will get our returns back. So it's a business. It's a business at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute business. So yeah, don't be sitting there thinking every single one of these players will end up being a Chelsea player for us, because it simply won't happen. Samir is saying if every single one of these players make it, then the scouts need to get statues outside the stadium. Exactly right, ladies and gentlemen. It just won't happen. There you go. Omari Hutchinson. Like, we've stockpiled so many young players. I'm forgetting some of the ones that we hyped about. Do you know what I mean? Omari Hutchinson being one. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Omari Hutchinson, because it's not like we can loan out so many players either. I think there's a limit as well. We can't just be loaning out hundreds and hundreds of players. Do you know what I mean? I think there's a limit of 7. You can only loan out 7 players. Tino Angerine's name recently got thrown around. So watch this space, man. Watch this space. Because we can't have both ways. A lot of Chelsea fans moan when we don't scout players, but when we do scout players and sign them, the fans moan as well. Yeah, look, I'm not moaning. All I'm saying is sometimes I find it a bit difficult to understand what the plan is for all of these players. I'm all okay to bring in these players and hopefully some of them turn into gems, and then we don't have to hackle and harass teams like Inter Milan and Brighton and them asking us exorbitant amount of monies from us, like Caicedo at the moment. I don't want to get into this sort of situation again. If we can have the gems within Chelsea Football Club, obviously that will be fantastic. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea and Brighton are locked in verbal negotiations for Caicedo. Chelsea have verbally offered 85 million in 4 installments, but Brighton want 85 all up front or 100 for 4 installments. Chelsea sources, however, still extremely confident, and negotiations continue. Look, first things first. I've got no doubt Caicedo will be a Chelsea player. I've got no doubt. He wants Chelsea. Yesterday, you guys saw, he publicly showed his love and stated, how can you say no to Chelsea? He loves Chelsea Football Club. He would want to join us. I've got no doubt about that. I've got no doubt that he will become eventually enough a Chelsea player. Now, the issue is, how quick can we get him? Because I would have liked to have Caicedo right now in the preseason, getting trained up by the current squad under Pochettino, flying together with the Chelsea squad to the USA tour. That would have been ideal. Now, the longer it takes, it just becomes a little bit iffy in the sense that, he's gonna have to then come in, settle down for a little bit, understand Pochettino. This is the time. Preseason is the time. That's why I was a little bit annoyed. Now, the second part is how much money we're going to pay. I think eventually enough we'll find a middle ground. I thought 85 million was decent enough. Now, if this is what Felix is saying, and this is the truth behind the scenes, 85 million Chelsea wants in 4 installments. Maybe it doesn't work out for Brighton. Can we perhaps come to a negotiation and a middle ground where we say 85 million in, I don't know, 2 installments, maybe 3 installments. Brighton want, if it's 85 million, they want it all up front. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, there are not too many deals out there in world football where you pay in excess in the vicinity of 85 million. Once you start going over 50 million, you barely hear any football club pay that in one go. It's always in some form of installments. So 85 million, Brighton wanting 85 million all up front. Brighton want 85 million all up front. That's just ridiculous, man. That's a lot of money to cough up. Financial fair play, we need to look after that as well. This is a new period that's starting, and financial fair play will be an important factor, as always. There's no way Chelsea Football Club is going to pay 85 million in one go. It simply won't happen. So the counter for Brighton is, okay, fine. You want 4 installments, then you're going to have to give us 100 million. Someone, as I said in previous video, goes by the name Nicole. Nicole is a big viewer of this particular channel, massive supporter of the channel. She's made a very good comment in one of the recent videos when we were talking about this conundrum, where do you pay 85 million upfront, or do you pay 100 million with better installments term? And I was sort of thinking, what makes sense? Maybe 100 for over the longer period perhaps makes more sense. And Nicole said, and it snapped me out of my my stupidness. She said that no businessman ever became rich by paying more. It's so absolutely right. Todd Bowley, Baghdad Iqbali, they didn't become proper businessmen and multi-billionaires by paying more money. So they'll make sure that at the end of the day, all they pay for Caicedo is 85 million. 85 million is market value, is the right value for Caicedo. I know what happened with Declan Rice is going to flip some people's mind, but at the end of the day, 85 million is the right value. But hopefully we can come to a middle ground with Brighton and say that, look, come on, let's okay, we wanted 4. Can we do it in 2 installments? Can we do it in 3 installments, perhaps? So this seems to be the issue. Payment structure seems to be the issue. So hopefully we can get over this very, very soon because we need this player at Chelsea Football Club immediately. All right, let's see what you guys are saying about this. Alhamdulillah. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Himanshu, good to see you, my man. These brother think we are Pablo Escobar, 85 million up front. Yeah, man, what are they thinking? Milo Miz, the issue is Brighton need the money more. They have tagged 3 players, Kudus, Adiem, and CB from Atlanta, and they have told them it's around 40 million each, so they are waiting on us to use for that. But they should have a lot of money anyway. They made a profit as well in their last financial season. I think they made a profit about 24 million. We paid 62 for Cucurella. Yeah, they made some money out of McAllister. I know they put some money in regards to João Pedro. They spent 30 million there. We paid a hell of a lot of money for releasing Graham Potter. These guys have money. They have money. They've got money from Trossard. They got money from Basuma. Like they're not poor. Like they're making money on a regular basis. They're selling and they're bringing in new talent. They're selling and look. Mitoma is going to be a huge star for them. Next one will be Mitoma. He's going to go for a large amount of money. Then you've got Evan Ferguson. Then you've got Enciso. Like these guys, they will make a lot of money, man. They will make a lot of money. And for them to go for players like Kudus and their scouting team is good. They don't necessarily have to go for players like Kudus and this and that. They will find players. They will find players for cheap. Their scouting network is unbelievable. But I understand other clubs, if they go for top clubs like Ajax and clubs in the similar vein, obviously these clubs will now look at Brighton and go, "Hey, you're making a bit of money. You're making a bit of money. You better cough up some money to us." So I understand that. Brighton moving mad. Liz, what about Tchouaméni? Look, I don't know, man. I have to wait and see Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein talk about this before I get excited. A lot of people are saying that in order to open up the room for Mbappe, they're going to get rid of Tchouaméni. Nah, man. Real Madrid don't move that way, Sahil. Real Madrid, they're known to be Galacticos for a reason. They don't get rid of good players. They will make sure somehow they can keep Tchouaméni, they can keep Jude Bellingham, they can keep all of these players and also add Mbappe. So, nah, man, Real Madrid, they don't move in the sense where they get rid of superstars. It's just, it's unheard of. It's just not going to happen. So, yeah, that's a little bit in regards to Caicedo, ladies and gentlemen. We've given you the news on Rayan Cherki. We've given you the news on Matheus França. And we've given you the news on Chiesa as well. We're going to slowly wrap things up. I'm going to take some couple of more comments before we wrap things up. Ladies and gentlemen, 168 likes. Come on, let's pump those likes. We've got well over 500 people live at the moment. Pump those likes, ladies and gentlemen, to 300 at least. Can we get 300 likes before we finish this off? It would be sensational to get that number. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe as well. All right, let's check out some of your comments before we wrap things up. Because I heard Madrid don't need to sell players to get Mbappe. Yeah, they don't, man. Real Madrid are one of the richest clubs in the world. The amount of money that they make through sponsorship, through merchandise sale, through their stadiums being full, left, right, and center. They just recently won the Champions League. They're consistently in the Champions League quarterfinals, semifinals. They don't need to sell no one, man. They make a lot of money. A lot of money. One of the richest club, if not the richest club in the world. So huge fan base, huge global fan base. They don't need to sell no one. I'm telling you, they don't need to sell no one. Felix is all speculation. It's club on club behind closed doors. He's talking nonsense. Look, come on, Gabriel, man. Look, is Felix 100% right? Maybe not. But let me tell you something. He's got inside connections. He does. He knows someone. Very closely, connected to Chelsea, and Felix was one of the very first few ones who talked about Enzo Fernandez. Obviously, it didn't, turn out to be fine in the middle stages, but eventually enough, Enzo Fernandez became a Chelsea player. Felix said that we were doing, we were doing up the transfer sheet and whatnot, and then after that, it sort of died down. Later on, we ended up getting. Felix knows a lot of internal news when it comes to loans. So, look, I'm not saying that let's take everything that Felix is saying as gospel. No, not at all. But he's got some information, man. He definitely does. All right, Samir, Miz, even if Real had problems with FFP, La Liga won't punish Madrid. Barca is on the verge of bankruptcy and haven't been punished. La Liga won't punish their cash cows. No, absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wrap things up. Saud is saying, Miz, can we have our daily dose of cursing Lukaku too, so his career will go to shambles? I'm sure Lukaku's news will come out again very soon because we're going to have to get rid of him. I think 17th of July has been the time that's been given to get rid of all of these players. So Lukaku, Ziyech, Kalamatanadoy, and Aubameyang, they all got to leave by 17th of July, or else they're going to have to report to our training. So I'm certain they're going to leave. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Once again, smash the like button, guys, before you go. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys later on tonight, UK time, roughly around 9ish, with the latest in Chelsea transfer news again. Until then, see ya.